What do you do when the thing you're facing is bigger than anything you've ever fought before? 9 feet tall, armor so heavy most men couldn't even lift it. A spear like a tree trunk. This was Goliath. For 40 days, he stood on that battlefield and he screamed the same challenge every single morning. Send me a man, just one, or admit you're all cowards. And for 40 days, nobody moved. The strongest soldiers in Israel are frozen. King Saul himself, silent. An entire army, paralyzed by fear. Have you ever felt that? Frozen, staring at something so big you couldn't even take a step? A diagnosis, a debt, a relationship falling apart, a fear that's followed you for years. Now imagine this. Into that battlefield walks a teenage boy. No armor, no sword, just a shepherd's bag and a sling. His name was David, and he wasn't even supposed to be there. He came to bring his brother's lunch. But when he saw that giant, when he heard that challenge, something happened inside him that didn't happen in anyone else. He wasn't paralyzed. He was angry. Angry that fear had silenced an entire army that belonged to God. So tell me, what's the difference between David and everyone else on that battlefield? It wasn't strength. David was the smallest one there. It wasn't experience. He'd never fought in a war. It was this. David didn't see Goliath through the size of the giant. He saw Goliath through the size of his God. Everyone else looked at 9 feet of muscle and steel and saw something impossible. David looked at the same giant and saw something already defeated. King Saul tried to give David his armor, bronze helmet, heavy sword. David tried it on and took it right back off. Why? Because that armor wasn't his. He wasn't called to fight Goliath's way. He was called to fight his way with what God had already put in his hands. A sling, 5 smooth stones, that's it. Stop and think about that for a second. How many times have you tried to fight your battle? It's with someone else's armor, someone else's strategy, someone else's strength. David walked onto that field with the only thing he actually knew how to use. Goliath laughed, actually laughed. Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick? He mocked him, cursed him, promised to feed his body to the birds. And David said something that should be written on the wall of every room you walk into when you're afraid. You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord. Then he ran, not walked, ran straight toward the giant. 1 stone, 1 sling, 1 throw. It struck Goliath in the forehead, and the giant, the unbeatable, undefeated 9-foot giant, fell face down to the ground. So let me ask you the real question, and the one this story has been leading to the whole time. What's your Goliath? Is it fear? Is it a sickness? Is it a marriage you don't know how to save? Is it an addiction that's had you frozen for years? Whatever it is, it has been standing on your battlefield, shouting the same challenge every single day. And maybe you've been standing there frozen, just like that army was. But here's what I need you to understand. You don't need someone else's armor. You don't need to be the strongest person in the room. You just need to see your giant through the size of your God, instead of seeing your God through the size of your giant. David didn't win because he was fearless. He won because his faith was louder than his fear. Whatever you're facing today, it already knows how this story ends. Pick up what's already in your hand, run toward it, and watch it fall. Amen.